No. The point isn't to pop the bubbles. The point is to take this out. Whoa! It's not just the thinness, it's the weight. Because when you see something this big, you expect it to be a certain weight, but it's light. I immediately shoved my main SIM into the Edge, ported everything over from my S25 Ultra, and lived with it like a normal human. By the way, this is not a review of the device. This is just my first impressions. I cannot review something in just a week. Few things I want to know in this 1 week. The first thing is, why the F this device even exists? Number 2, is the 3900 mAh battery combined with a massive 6.7-inch display even usable? And number 3, what it actually feels like to live with, like as if this was my main phone. Okay, so it's been a few hours using this phone and I cannot put it down. I love the trickery that this phone is doing to my brain, because it should not be this light. It should not be this easy to handle a 6.7-inch screen. So you know what? Let's actually go pick up the... Bro! What a brick! How did I use this? Let's see if I get over this in the next couple of days. It might be just a thing because it's day 1. So let's use it for a week and see what happens. The first skepticism for this phone would be clearly battery. Like, how do you fit anything in here? And 3900 mAh, by the way, is smaller than the smallest regular S25. However, I've been seeing on X people saying they're getting up to 8 hours of screen on time. That sounds like a load of crap. Now, my first few days, okay, my first 3 days with this phone, I've been consistently getting more than 4 hours with battery in the tank. I've never killed it in a day, but to be fair, a lot of it was actually on Wi-Fi, and Wi-Fi, you know, doesn't use that much battery. It makes no sense. This should not be lasting longer than the regular S25. So yeah, let's see how it does outside. I went out to test if DeX mode would work, and yes, it does. So I wrote this very video at this cafe on DeX mode.
Oh, did this cost you a fortune?
I'll show you something cooler than this. This is cool, yeah? This phone is not released yet. It's from Samsung.
What do you mean?
Dude, this a normal phone is like this thick, yeah?
Got one?
Check how thin this guy is. Pick it up.
It's not released yet.
It's not released yet, you can't buy it.
Wow.
Wait, was I allowed to show people this phone? It's been exactly 4 days I've spent with this S25 Edge. I don't want to pick any other phone up. When you use any other big phone, it feels like a chonker. I feel like I'm doing more screen time because it's so easy to handle this phone because it's so thin. Now, the drawback obviously is battery life. So today is the first day I'm actually taking it out completely. I'm using DeX mode. By the way, DeX mode chews up the battery quick. It's only 11 AM and I'm sitting at 65%. The fact that I can one-hand it because it's so easy to shift my hand around here is pretty cool. And you can't really do this with any other big phone. Imagine trying to do this with the Xiaomi 15 Ultra. Bruh. I'm pretty confident today's the first day I'm going to actually kill this phone. I got back home around 3 PM with about 49% left. I filmed some B-roll of the Galaxy Edge, scrolled through social media, and did some YouTube. We're sitting at 3 hours and 30 minutes screen on time at 42% battery. I am not trying to save the battery here, guys. I've deliberately turned on every battery consuming settings on, connecting it to my Buds 2 Pro and Galaxy Watch Ultra. I'm going to assume this is another day where the Galaxy Edge won't die by the end of the night. Okay, boys and girls, it's been officially 5 days. I think I need to wrap up my first impressions. Please ignore my hair. I can confirm that Samsung has definitely done something with battery optimization, because just as I was praising the battery, this is why you can't review the phone after a couple of days. I'm going to publish this video. So the day you see this is the day I'm recording this bit. And today was by far the worst battery, and I didn't even go out. And look at that, 3 hours of screen on time, and I used 85% of the battery, and I did nothing. Today, the only difference that I had with today's use compared to the other days were I was on the phone for a bit longer. I think I found the Achilles heel of this. So if you use the phone and you're just like social media, you're watching stuff like that, you can get up to 5 hours of screen on time comfortably. Oh, I wouldn't say comfortably, but you can get up to 5 hours of screen on time. But as soon as you do phone calls, mate, look at this, obliterated. YouTube, 12 minutes. I was on YouTube 12 minutes the whole day. I was on the bloody home screen more than everything else. And I was on the home screen because I was recording B-roll and stuff like that of this phone. But in saying that, it doesn't stop me from wanting to use it. Anyway, back to the video. Oh, why is my light not on? Oh, by the way, check this out. I found a case that's got like a NFC buttons. Check this out. I press this button. Look at the lamp. Oh, what's up? Do I still love using this phone? Absolutely. If you have a look at my battery graph, I've never used 100% of the battery. But I still think it's too early to tell. I want to use this for a month before I make the full review for this phone. The question of why the F does this phone even exist? I think I know what the answer is. It's because this thing looks absolutely stunning. And some people just want stuff that looks cool. In order to understand this, I actually watched every single keynote and advertisement that Samsung has made for this phone just to understand why, other than the fact that they heard that Apple might do it. And this one advertisement caught my attention. You see that? That bit there, right there, that's the key. It turns heads. So the purpose of this device, I don't think, is for the average tech consumer. It's for people who just have a crap load of money. They don't want a chunker phone, right? And six cameras. This does not turn heads, by the way, but this does. But they want to show off. And they don't want something cheap. They want something expensive, but elegant. I think that's the target market. Now, the reason why I'm not complaining, every other YouTuber might be complaining about this device. The reason why I'm not complaining, even as a tech person, is because this did not replace the S25 Plus. They added it to the lineup. Why are you complaining when they're adding cool phones like this to the lineup? Do you know what I'm saying? Apple, on the other hand, rumor has it that they will be replacing the Plus phone. But yeah, they're gonna be removing it, and watch, nobody's gonna complain. Watch, they're gonna be like, oh, this is like magic. Oh. I honestly feel Samsung should do short-term loaners, at least 6 hours, half a day or 1 day loaners to the public, because feeling it at the shop doesn't do it justice. It's not like, oh yeah, it's all right. Like my reaction was like that. I was like, it's thin, but all right. Yeah, but when you use the phone, you actually start typing on it and stuff like that. That's when it makes a big difference. Oh, and here are some things that actually surprised me, because there's a few compromises you got to make a super thin phone that they could have. Okay, there's a few compromises that they could have made and kind of got away with in the name of thinness and stunning head-turning design. Okay, cameras, behemoth 200 megapixel 1/1.3 inch sensor of the S25 Ultra. They shoved it in here. I love that they did that. That's pretty cool, because they could have easily gotten away and said, oh, we couldn't fit it in, bro. We couldn't fit it in. But they didn't do that. Another one is haptics. The haptics feels good. I feel like it's on par with the S25 Ultra. If not, it feels a bit more tighter. Typing on this feels so good with the haptics and this thin profile. Another compromise that I just realized, I just listened to the speakers out loud. It does sound a lot more tinny. It has stereo speakers, which is nice, but it doesn't have that oomph, the bass. That's another compromise. It's not the worst, I've heard worse, but it's a compromise they had to make. Look at the space, man. We're gonna put the speakers, bro. Battery, by not going with silicon carbon, they compromised on battery. Anyway, stay tuned, subscribe, peace out, let's go.